is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us. On and off shower and storm chances continue tonight and tomorrow. We'll start to see warmer temperatures leading up to a hot and humid weekend. Let's check your certified most accurate forecast with meteorologist Dana Fulton. Dana?
We've had some pockets of sunshine come through today and also a few isolated showers, and those shower chances picking up a little more for this evening and overnight. Here's our Doppler track over the last 3 hours. You can see a few isolated cells starting to lift into parts of Rock County, also in Grant County, seeing some isolated showers. They're moving through pretty quickly, so you're not going to see a lot of accumulation with that rain, but we do still have a few showers expected to build in for us overnight. A little bit of lightning, could hear a few rumbles of thunder, but in general, just grateful to get a little bit of rain in the area as we still are quite dry. It's been a cloudy day. We're getting a bit of a breakup right now, just in time for sunset to see some nice sunshine coming through. It was quite mild outside. High temperatures in the mid-70s this afternoon. Notice those dew points in the mid to upper 60s at times, so it does feel a little humid outside right now. Temps throughout the area in the mid 70s. Compared to this time yesterday, it is a little bit warmer. That trend will continue into tomorrow. We'll continue to see warmer air building in for your Thursday. That'll push us into the 80s thanks to that breeze coming in from the south. 80 degrees for tomorrow, a few shower chances, possibly a few isolated thunderstorms. Now, we are going to stay in the 80s all the way through the weekend, along with a few rain chances. But it's going to feel a little more like June as we look ahead to the start of next week. We'll take a closer look at your full 10-day in just a few minutes.
Dana, thank you. Developing tonight, Wisconsin Republicans have reinstated a requirement that unemployed people look for work to qualify for benefits. Governor Evers suspended that requirement at the start of the pandemic in March of last year. It was set to be automatically reinstated in July, but today the legislature's Republican-controlled Rules Committee voted to bring the rule back online starting on Sunday. They claim this will help fill vacant positions. Wisconsin's unemployment has fallen as the pandemic has waned. It now stands at 3.8%, which is far below the national average of 6%. Republicans argue that generous unemployment benefits are encouraging people to simply stay home. Yesterday, GOP leaders introduced a bill to end a $300 weekly federal unemployment supplement, which is on top of the state's weekly $370 unemployment benefit. Today in Middleton, Governor Evers signed an executive order calling for a special session of the legislature to consider expanding Badger Care and accepting Wisconsin's share of federal health care funds. The governor wants to invest the $1 billion in cost savings into more than 50 projects and economic development initiatives across the state. Supporters say this will help address the stark inequalities in health care, which the pandemic has highlighted.
Families across Wisconsin sometimes have to choose between health care and putting food on the table or paying rent. And Wisconsinites, we've heard time and time again, are just one health crisis away from a financial breaking point. So we need to be honest about these problems facing people not just in Middleton, but all across the state of Wisconsin.
The governor's office has said 70% of Wisconsinites support expanding Badger Care and has criticized the Republican leadership for leaving billions of federal dollars on the table. The special session is supposed to happen on Tuesday. In a joint statement this afternoon, Republicans made it clear they would once again reject Medicaid expansion and immediately gavel out of the special session, as they have in previous special sessions, to address gun control, police reform, and unemployment. Across Wisconsin today, health officials confirmed 383 new cases of COVID-19. That's below the 7-day rolling average of 394. 5 more people have died, 71 more hospitalized in the past 24 hours, and almost 40% of Wisconsinites are now fully vaccinated. About 46% have gotten at least one dose. Here in Dane County, 54% of people are fully vaccinated. Almost 64% have gotten at least one dose. 2 weeks from now, Dane County's current mask order will expire, but that doesn't mean that even fully vaccinated people will be able to ditch those masks everywhere. Like grocery stores, local restaurants are able to make and enforce their own guidelines, meaning vaccinated people might still need a mask when dining out after June 2nd. Ownership groups like Food Fight are currently developing plans and say what you need will likely depend on where you go.
I know plenty of staff that are ready to be done with all the restrictions, and they're vaccinated and they're comfortable. I know others that, you know, they're a little more cautious, and that's just their personality and what they think is best for them and their safety. And I don't think there's any one right answer.
Now, one thing is for sure, the Wisconsin Restaurant Association says owners will not become the vaccination police and ask all customers to show proof of vaccination. A Wisconsin juvenile court judge accused of possessing and distributing child pornography is now in federal custody. The lawyer for now suspended Judge Brett Blumey said in court today that Blumey decided on his own not to seek release. The defense attorney says it is a strategic decision as Blumey is seeking a plea deal. Investigators say Blumey uploaded child porn through the Kick messaging app 27 47 times back in October and November. A judge says he will reinstate ousted Milwaukee Police Chief Alfonso Morales to his post in 45 days, unless Morales' attorney and the city settled their legal fight over the job. The city's police commission demoted Morales to captain last August following issues over racial justice protests and complaints of distrust within the Milwaukee PD. Morales chose to retire and then sued for damages. A judge reversed the demotion in December. Morales' attorneys have accused the city of failing to abide by that ruling or proposing a financial settlement. Dane County is investing $2 million to kickstart a new job training initiative and a 4,800 square foot expansion at the Badger Prairie Needs Network. Once it's opened, the site will be used as a gathering space for job training sessions, wellness programming, and the relaunch of a weekend community meal program. Badger Prairie Needs Network is working with the Latino Academy of Workforce Development and other partners to help people recover from the economic impact of COVID-19. Right now, there are no job training programs happening in rural communities of southwestern Dane County. This partnership will fill that gap. After weeks of controversy over the folks staying at Rindall Park in Madison, the city council decided they can stay for now. After a 10-hour city council meeting that lasted until 4:30 this morning, they decided to unanimously refer the issue to 5 commissions before making a final decision. The attorney said there were too many legal issues to consider. The alder who co-sponsored the resolution to not evict the campers said this is good for a short-term fix, but they still need to come up with a long-term solution.
So the question of statutory authority around campgrounds and permitting, basically how can we go about making some place in the city legal for folks to sleep if they don't have a home?
It'll be a few months before the council can make a decision. In the meantime, city staff have been instructed to not evict anyone staying at Rindall Park. Coming up next at 6, a surge in hate crimes and dozens of cases missing from official statistics. Our investigative team kicks off our State of Hate series when we come back.
I still am convinced that there is someone or some people that know or strongly suspect who is responsible. And those people need to call us to carry out an attack and then go up East Bluff Trail and continue north. That's a lot of physical exertion. John was the victim of circumstance, being in that place at that time with this person who certainly needs help.
An exclusive look into the investigation of the Devil's Lake homicide. That story tonight on News 3 Now at 10.
Time is of the essence when planning for retirement. So take the time now to make sure yours is well built. Retirements are built here every day. Retirement Income Planning, LLC.
Power Centers of Madison. Visit powercentersofmadison.com.
We've got the power!
3 days only. Save an extra $700 on top appliance brands at Grand Appliances pre-Memorial Day sale. Get the guaranteed lowest prices on hundreds of in-stock appliances, including great deals like this Samsung front-load washer with steam for just $6.98, or this 25 cubic foot LG French door refrigerator for just $14.98. Visit your local Grand showroom or grandappliance.com to save today. Grand Appliance. You make it home, we make it grand.
This guy.
Money. With the most standard safety features in its class.
Nice stop, Mom.
Thanks. The fiercely reimagined Nissan Rogue. Get a low $219 per month lease on Rogue, or get 0% financing for up to 72 months on 14 models.
What does your retirement future look like? With a well-built retirement, your future can look bright. Your financial home secure. Retirements are built here every day. Call now and start building yours.
Violence of any kind isn't the answer. You know, violence can be physical, violence can be verbal, violence can be political.
An acid attack in Milwaukee in 2019, a deadly hit and run in Fond du Lac in 2020, and an alleged acid attack in Madison that investigators closed, citing no evidence. All drew significant attention in Wisconsin. But the reality of hate crimes is much deeper than the big headlines. In a state of hate investigation, investigative reporter Naomi Coles uncovered assault after assault, threat after threat that didn't make the public eye. And more than that, the missteps, the errors, and technicalities that bog it down within the criminal justice system and leave official data riddled with incomplete reporting. But first, a warning tonight. Some of the visual and audio evidence from hate crimes we reviewed is very disturbing. We're including it because we don't want to whitewash or censor the reality that some victims have experienced, but you may not want your children to watch.
Don't make me go get that whip and tie you to my tree, just like they used to do your ancestors.
Hate crimes are message crimes. If you attack a black man, you want the entire black community to know you're not welcome, you're not like us, leave.
Jefferson County 911. Okay, what happened to your face?
I saw somebody on Facebook said, oh, all of a sudden there's hate crimes against Asians. I mean, it's been happening forever.
And in order for us to stop history from repeating itself, at some point we have to confront it.
They have a gun, he said?
Yeah. After a shooting in Atlanta killed 8 people, including 6 Korean women.
Those shootings caused serious concern for people's safety and the community at large.
We set out to better understand hate here at home. Put in a request. This investigation started with a list of 2020 hate crime numbers from the State Department of Justice. Numbers that lack meaning without context, and for reasons we'll explain later, are often severely incomplete. So we asked about 100 agencies, all the ones reporting a hate crime from 2018 to 2020, for those reports. After weeks of calls like this,
classifying all these things for UCR neighbors reporting, that's not their wheelhouse.
And emails like this, we read each report for ourselves and sorted through what police said was classified in error and what wasn't. Taken together, what we know now paints a grim picture of hate in Wisconsin today and the missteps that still happen with its investigation and prosecution.
Hate is not a Republican issue. It's not a Democrat issue. It's a human issue.
We talked to more than 24 victims, advocates, investigators, prosecutors, and experts.
I've been a detective about 10 years.
I'm a federal prosecutor for 38 years.
You'll hear from many of them.
I'm not completely healed from it. I don't know how I would feel seeing him again.
But first, how hate crime works. State law protects 6 classifications: race, national origin, religion, color, disability, and sexual orientation. Hate is not its own crime. It's a penalty enhancer. And we'll explain later why that matters. For now, that means police have to take extra steps to investigate it. That's one reason why the reports we're sharing here represent only a fraction of reality. They're only the crimes reported to police, who then recognized, investigated, and reported the hate that motivated. What those are, right after the break.
Tonight on CBS, Tiffany Haddish hosts the new season of Kids Say the Darndest Things, followed by SEAL Team and SWAT. Then get a complete wrap-up of the day's news on News 3 Now at 10.
The Memorial Day appliance deals start now at Furniture and Appliance Mart. Save huge during the biggest sale of the season, including in-stock doorbusters up to 40% off, plus no interest financing for 18 months. At Furniture and Appliance Mart inside Ashley Home Store off the Beltline.
I am crushing this to-do list.
Let me see. Smart home upgrade? Home gym?
Check.
What about the window, siding, and doors?
Good things come in 3s, like 33% off windows, siding, and doors. Plus, no interest until 2022.
33% off windows, siding, and doors ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feltco.
It used to be that when you were healthy, you didn't have to think about healthcare.
You didn't care which doctors invented which treatment.
But now, things are different.
Now when you or someone close to you is sick, that's all you care about.
A doctor with answers. A medical team you can trust.
That treats you like you're important.
UW Health. Remarkable medicine. Remarkable care.
The light at the end of the tunnel isn't shining so brightly for everyone.
Families continue to fight for survival. Some jobs are gone forever. Bills pile up. But please know, you have not been forgotten. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency rental assistance providers are working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. Apply now for a hand up.
Summer starts here at East Madison Toyota. We've just received 9 truckloads of inventory. That's 9 truckloads of cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs, while the other guys are running dry. East Madison Toyota is stocking up with 9 truckloads of inventory, all priced to sell during the Summer Starts Here event at East Madison Toyota off I-90 and 151.
The biggest sale of the season starts now. It's the Memorial Day sale at Ashley Home Store. Shop in-stock doorbusters up to 60% off while they last. Plus, take a bonus 10% off our furniture sale prices. And no interest financing for 5 years. Ashley Home Store.
Welcome back to our State of Hate investigation. In almost every category of protected group, reported hate rose significantly in Wisconsin last year. Official data shows a 55% increase. In investigations we reviewed, some missing from official data, we found at least a 75% increase. The vast majority are based on the way a person looked or their perceived ethnicity. Dustin Wetzel left this voice message in January for a black woman who stood up to him for using a racial slur online.
I'm gonna go to your baby mama's house, I'm gonna go to your brother's house, and I'm gonna do the same thing to all of them. And I ain't gonna fucking stop until everybody in your family's fucking dead.
He just took a no contest plea deal, guilty of using a phone to send obscene threats with a hate crime penalty. Race, color, and national origin are the main drivers of hate reported to police in Wisconsin, and that's by a wide margin. The bulk are threats, intimidation, fights, and beatings. We found death threats like you just heard again and again. A Hispanic woman and her mother in Dodge County were threatened and insulted with slurs by a stranger on Facebook. They told police it left them terrified, always looking over their shoulder. A drunk white man saw 2 young girls on Madison's west side, told them they're black and worthless, and threatened to sexually assault them. And while dozens of these crimes were threats or intimidation alone, threats also moved to action.
He's been harassing me for so long.
A black man in Winnebago County said his coworker threw molten metal at him after a long buildup of harassment.
How long will I tell you that I'm treated different here? He calls me racist words. Nobody want to do anything. Not my life.
And in the state's only recorded hate-related homicide case in the time frame we looked at, a Hispanic man said he intentionally targeted Philip Thiessen in a hit-and-run because of his race and because of years of his own built-up anger over racism.
Navarro told detectives that he believed the person driving the motorcycle was white and that the Harley culture is made up of white racists.
11-year-old boy, he was punched in his face, grabbed by his neck, and my other daughter, which is 8, she was pushed to the ground as well.
Tashiana Northington and her children were beat up in a Woodman's parking lot last year.
He was calling us the N-word, like you stupid ends, you know.
Our analysis found anti-black reported crimes in Wisconsin more than doubled in 2020. This while thousands took to the streets through the summer and fall to protest police violence and racial discrimination. Scrawled in paint on train tracks, roads, and overpasses around Wisconsin, black people were told over and over to die. A high school student in a Snapchat group was charged after saying police should have shot Jacob Blake even more, called for Slavery 2020, and that he hated all blacks and women. A spike in pandemic-related anti-Asian crime last year is almost completely left out of the state's official statistics even when hate charges occurred. We'll talk more about that later. Police report just 2 last year, despite accounts across Wisconsin of anti-Asian slurs, graffiti, and attacks.
There's often language barriers.
Other times, it's victims unwilling to talk.
Or many distrust the police because maybe the countries they came from, the police were very corrupt there.
Somebody showed up to the office and threw a rock through our door.
In the fall of 2019, publisher Patrick Faribault shut down the Our Lives magazine offices for good and went remote.
We are the only LGBTQ media left in the entire state. Magazine has been targeted literally since the very first issue, which was 14 years ago.
Distributed through mail and these boxes around Madison, he's battled vandalism and box damage for years. But like most of these types of hate crimes, there was never a suspect.
Things kept escalating. So that's when I did finally go and ask the police if there was anything they could do about it.
Anti-LGBTQ crimes are increasing in severity, with gay-friendly bars or their patrons often in the crosshairs. And last year, a transgender professor in Eau Claire was harassed online and told to commit suicide.
It's gotten worse over the last couple of years.
Sometimes, Steve Starkey with the Outreach LGBT Community Center in Madison says, a gay person's rights and safety comes down to their zip code.
In Racine, there was a young black gay man that was beaten so badly that his jaw was broken and all of his teeth had to be removed.
The suspect wasn't charged when a Winnebago County teacher was left threatening phone calls, saying he didn't want his children taught by a Jew. Anti-Semitism is by far the most common anti-religion crime in Wisconsin, often looking like graffiti swastikas, threats, and intimidation. And finally, it's children who often bear the brunt of anti-disability hate in bullying and attacks at their schools.
We have to go back to the roots of this, right? What's going on in the homes? What's being allowed in schools?
I asked Patrick and Tashiana, what's your message for hate crime victims?
That part's tougher. People who are targeted, you need to know that they're not alone.
I say the healing process is the major key to be able to continue on with your life.
Knowing what the crimes are is just the beginning. I'm also tackling the missteps and breakdowns that happen during investigations, why reporting is so flawed, and a first-of-its-kind look at exactly how many hate crimes led to actual convictions in Wisconsin. The next step in this series, how police interact with hate, and that is the next story tonight at 10 o'clock.
All right, Naomi Cole's reporting tonight. Naomi, thank you. And still ahead at 6, more shower chances tomorrow, plus hot, humid temperatures as we head into the weekend. Dana will have the details in your First Warn forecast.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full in 24 months. Call today.
Patio enclosures. How to change the way you pizza. Step 1, grab a delicious Papa Murphy's pizza. Step 2, bake. Step 3, chow down on the deliciousness. Right now, get a large Taco Grande pizza. Papa Murphy's.
Hi, I'm Crystal the Pistol. Goldman Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with 2017 and 18 Subaru Legacies and Foresters starting at $17,995 or $270 per month. That's right, Goldman Cars has over 500 vehicles in stock with great deals on 17 and 18 Subaru Legacies and Foresters. So hurry in today to get your great deal and ask for me, Crystal the Pistol Goldman. Go to Goldman Cars East or West.
You gotta go to Goldman, GoldmanCars.com.
It's only paint. It's only paint that comes in an award-winning twist and pour container. It's only paint that can cover the brightest shade of orange known to mankind in just one coat. It's only paint that will help you become TV's hottest writer, where one day you'll meet this guy who starred in that thing. So yeah, it's only paint. Only easy opening, smooth pouring, change your life both professionally and romantically. Paint. Right now at Menards, get 11% off everything, including Dutch Boy paint.
My dog wants a yard.
Love it.
And another dog.
Have you looked at houses yet?
Not yet.
But that's good. I learned from Summit that it's better to start with a pre-approval anyway.
Right. Yeah. You can decide how much you're comfortable paying each month and then back into your price range.
Oh, and start putting the difference between your rent and your future mortgage into savings.
With Summit Credit Union, you might be more ready than you think.
I think it's great. Summit helps people build confidence and knowledge to move forward. It's your money. Own it. Summit Credit Union.
Get more enjoyment from your outdoor space with patio enclosures. Right now, get up to $6,500 off your sunroom. Plus, no interest if paid in full in 24 months. Call today.
Patio enclosures.
Thursday
on News 3 Now this morning. Chris Reese is going to update those storm chances.
And a local company in the 608 is making luxury dog treats with a purpose. We'll see you from 4:30 to 7 Thursday morning.
Of a warm and humid afternoon for us, and now we're seeing a few more shower chances starting to build in. Here's a live look right now with our WISC-TV Skycam. A few dark clouds in the sky, some sun also coming through for us though in Platteville, and that's going to be the scene for the next few hours as we get closer to sunset. We do have a few isolated showers building in. It does look like we saw a little bit of lightning in parts of Rock County. Much of the lightning though has really stayed further south and west. Most of the area should stay dry tonight, but we will have a few isolated showers passing through for us overnight and into early Thursday morning. So if you left the car windows down, here's your warning to go roll them back up overnight. We'll have a chance for rain for Thursday and for Friday. 80-degree temperatures will swing back in for tomorrow and stay through the weekend into the start of next week. So we fall into a very warm and mild pattern for the next several days. And for next week, we'll have a few more chances for showers and isolated thunderstorms. Again, the chance for some showers and isolated storms overnight. Temperatures won't drop too much. We'll be in the low 60s for overnight lows. Tomorrow, we'll still have a mostly cloudy sky with a few more rain chances passing through. High temperatures close to 80 degrees for Thursday. Shower chances likely going to continue for us late Thursday evening, but Friday just a slight chance passing through in the early afternoon. Temperatures on Friday will be back in the 80s. Overall rainfall totals overnight through Thursday through Friday only adding on about another 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch for some areas, picking up that much. So that's not a big rain event for the next several days. We'll just have a few quick showers passing through. Right now, again, things still quite dry outside, so a little bit of rain certainly helps us out, chipping away at that drought deficit. Our rainfall chances really increase towards the end of the month into June. Likely we're going to be above average, and again, with this drought status at a moderate level now, it'll be good to have a little more rain building back into the forecast. 80 degrees the high for tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies. It is going to be breezy outside. Wind speeds about 10 to 20 miles per hour, and we could see wind gusts closer to 30 miles per hour. Chance for some showers Thursday, Friday. Temperatures will be in the 80s Saturday and Sunday, mid-80s, so heat index readings in the upper 80s for this weekend. To start off next week, we stay in the 80s with a chance for rain Monday and Tuesday. A little bit of sun expected for the middle of the week with partly sunny skies and high temperatures by the end of next week. We'll fall back a little closer to average in the mid to low 70s. But with the temperatures, the humidity, and a few shower chances for the weekend, it's going to feel a little more like a June summery forecast as we stretch to the start of next week, last week of May.
All right, get ready for a little taste of summer. Dana, thank you. And thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We'll see you back here tonight at 10. Take care.